like in Indian families, usually it is a norm that something should stay within the family,
Hmm.
right? And like this show really talks about how that culture, if taken to a wild extreme, could lead to something that is so explosive,
Right.
right? Like, so even in this show, it started off at a very minuscule level. There were no rituals or anything in this start. It was just that the
The immediate effect, what it appeared to people, right?
yeah, like now if say any member of the family would have gone and spoken about it to someone who's not a part of the family,
Hmm.
who isn't always constantly a part of the family dynamics, and that would have led to some sort of insight, some sort of realization that like you know
Some sort of questioning.
yeah, some sort of questioning. But once you are a part of the family of a cult or whatever, that decision making gets really difficult.
Yeah.
And also the fact that it went on for 11 years, so it was not overnight. It wasn't like today say today the father's spirit came into Lalit, and then the next day they did the ritual. It came like the first occurrence was in 2008, right?
I think,
Or
yeah.
11, something of that sort.
So it's 11 years, so, and it's 2018, so I think it must be 2007,
Yeah.
something around that time.
So, and like it's basic human tendency, right? For 11 years, you are a part of something. You in the beginning, you may not be very strongly in favor of what's going on, but once you have done that particular act, once you've partaken in,
Once there are positive reinforcements.
yeah, once there are positive reinforcements, once you have done minor rituals, like they did a yagna or whatever,
Hmm.
for a period of 11 years, then it gets very difficult to just one day wake up and say, okay, no, this is not right, even when it's potentially life threatening.
Yeah.
Which in a lot of ways you can relate it with something like domestic abuse, right? Where you are in a marriage, right? And it may not be a happy marriage, and it would begin off with a minor incident, like a minor physical incident where someone slaps somebody or something of that sort, and you might like brush it aside, and you would keep brushing it aside for over a period of 11 years. And once you are in a situation, once you're in a marriage that where, say, like traditionally the husband is like really assaulting the wife to the extent that the wife's life is in danger, the wife would still not leave the husband simply because she's been married to the man for a certain number of years.
Yeah.
That's what makes it difficult for her to leave.
Yeah.
There may not even be any benefits of staying with that man. In fact, it is a threat to her life, and there can be no bigger negative reinforcement than your own death, right? But simply because so many years have gone into it, and so many other people are also associated with it, like in a marriage, you would say two families are in communication. So that's what makes it difficult then to like abandon the marriage, and in this case to abandon the cult and just go away and say, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
Even when it's something like hanging yourself. And there were people in the family who were highly educated, who had a master's level of education, who were
I think
in
the
a
wife of Lalit had a degree in sociology,
yeah.
which is, I mean, it's crazy, you would think that. So I have an undergraduate degree in sociology, and to me that stuck out so much because so many of the theories which we go through, even on that level, in a bachelor's level, directly speak to this. So I mean, it made me think: what does it speak to? The quality of education, or they were so deep into all of this that they couldn't see past it,
Yeah, most family members were rational, I would say, and they would know that 15 minutes of being tied to a rope is going to lead to death, right? So, and we also see them voluntarily getting the stuff and getting ready for the ceremony in the end, the sacrificial ritual. So, I think that it's more like it has to be destructive obedience, one, and two, the fact that they were involved in it for so long that they just had to go ahead with it and they didn't really have an option.